I watched my husband go from a boy to a man when I started to be his wife and not his mother. And I think this generation of women don't know how to speak to the prince, so they speak to the fool. And if, we want to have godly sons and godly husbands, we speak to the possibility, the man of God that they're growing into, instead of nag the one that we think is less than.
Whoa.
So
how do women speak to their husbands? Like what practically, if a woman's listening to this, a wife is listening to this and saying,
I'll give a practical. Okay. Well, first of all, husbands and wives tend to speak to one another as though they are enemies rather than allies. So if you're an ally, you're on the same side of the table and the problem's on the other side. If you're enemies, you're pushing something back and forth between two people. You did this. Well, you did this. Well, you did this. You'll never have a resolution. So when God started to talk to me, he said, you have become an expert in your husband's weaknesses, and you used to be an expert in his strengths.
Wow.
And I thought, well, I don't want to just talk about his strengths, because then he'll get, he won't deal with the other things. He said, strengths displace weaknesses. So I had to learn that when I talk to my husband, I had to talk to his strength rather than attack his weakness.
So I just got to work and I decided I want to be a stay-at-home. Not a stay-at-home mom, because that sounds like a lot of work. And not a stay-at-home wife, because husband, what? Just a stay-at-home.
I'm so tired of working, bro. I don't care about these bills, bro. I don't care about this freaking car, bro. I don't care about these kids. Bro, I don't care about my hair. I'm so tired of getting up. Hello, this is my JP. I'm not the pleasure speaking with. I'm just tired. Okay, I can help assist you with that. I'm just tired. I can't position you with nothing. Go out of my phone, man. Go out of my phone. Dang, bro. I'm so... Hi, Jean. How are you doing today? Tired, bro.
Women were never supposed to work like men. And this is not saying that women don't deserve the same rights as men. This is just saying women were never supposed to work like men.
The girlies are quitting their jobs. McKinsey just released their Women at Work Report 2024 edition. And what they found is that about a third of women are planning to leave their jobs. 1/3 of women. And not all of them want to quit, but the ones that are staying are saying that they want to take reduced hours or potentially even work fewer days per week.
Woke me up for what?
You need to leave. I need you gone. Like, you gotta go.
Can we revisit this after the holidays?
No. Today. We not doing that after holidays and prolonging this whole process. No.
So you're gonna ruin the holidays for everyone, for the kids, for
the holidays
my family.
Wasn't on your mind when you did what you did. Hey, we're not doing this. This is cyclical. This is a cycle, which you know.
Okay, but what? Okay, so your birthday, I was planning something real big.
That's
and
fine.
now
That's my birthday. I don't need anything.
Can we
No, that's 7-8 months out. No.
So there is no reconciliation right now?
No. There's always a reconciliation. There's always a reclamation. There's always a recycle. We are not. No. You gotta go.
Are you really doing this right now?
Are you doing that right now on the camera?
I've been trying. I've done everything that you asked me to do.
You're being real studio right now. You gotta go.
Woke me up for what?
Okay, normally I don't like to gas men up for doing like normal people things, but...
Exhaustion. The word of the day is exhaustion. It is a state of mental, physical, or emotional tiredness where a person has little to no energy left. Food discretion is advised.
It is so sexy when a man pays in cash, all right? I feel like we have an epidemic of men using Apple Pay, which is for the girls, all right?
It's only been about 8 seconds, but I'm pretty sure y'all can understand why I chose the word exhaustion as the word of the day. Shorty got on here and said that there's an epidemic of men using Apple Pay. Like the world around us isn't becoming more digital. Fun fact, they discontinued pennies last month. They are no longer making any more new pennies. Whatever's left is what's left. That's how it starts. Before you know it, it's nickels, dimes, and quarters. And before you know it, the American dollar. Everything is going to be digital. But somehow in her brain, there's an epidemic of men using Apple Pay.
At this point, for a guy to pick up the check for like 2 margaritas and 3 tacos, he's having to do the wrist. And I just like can't be subjected to it, okay? He's paying and I'm like, do we have to pick up his prep on the way home? What's going on?
People like this do not deserve to get on the internet. So now you must insult his sexuality because he paid with his own money on his phone. She called it the wrist and then insulted him further by saying, do we have to pick up his prep on the way home? By the way, prep is medication for HIV. Correction, HIV preventing medication, which in turn says that he either backdoors men or gets backdoored by men, which also says there's a higher chance he may or may not contract it. This is just wild. This is crazy. So not only is she homophobic and flat out disrespectful to that community, she said all of that just because a man decided to pay with Apple Pay. Think about that for a second.
Listen, I get it. I don't know why it's sexier for me to see a man hold a bunch of dollar bills that were probably in a stripper's earlier in the week than it is for me to see him put his card down. But I think it has something to do with the female brain and how I'm primarily like, oh my God, he gets his hands dirty. Like something like that, okay? Closest I'll ever get to seeing a man get his hands dirty in these days. You know what I mean? But yeah, pro tip to my men out there, all right? If you want to tap that, maybe stop tapping this.
If you want to tap that, maybe stop tapping this. And that this would be your phone to pay for whatever it is that you acquired. Ladies, I could get in the comments and just tell her to shut the up. But it will never hit harder than if y'all would tell her that. Because if I say she's just gonna think I'm just a man trying to hate on her and, you know, men hate women, blah, blah, blah. But if y'all tell her to shut the up, yeah, it's definitely gonna resonate a little differently. I can almost assure you she would never make another video like that. This is y'all time to shine, ladies. But you know, deep down, I know a lot of y'all ain't gonna listen to what I'm saying, because I'm just a normal guy. Y'all keep the change.
You could tell this lady ain't think her divorce through.
If I would have known when I left my daughter's father that I would be spending 6 Thanksgivings without her, would I have changed my mind? I'm a co-parent. My daughter is 8 years old, going on 18, and I've been co-parenting with her dad and his significant other, her stepmom, for the past 6 years now. And I'll sum it up quite quickly. Because of my choice to leave and be a single mom and take that route.
You can tell this woman ain't think about the divorce like all the way through her head. And it's crazy, when it comes to marriage, it's the biggest commitment you could possibly have. And she was in that. Her emotions ran wild, whatever they broke up for. And then obviously she's talking about spending holidays, which Thanksgiving. I mean, of course you're going to split them when you got a divorce, but what does she expect? And then she's tight. Yo, she is tight about her ex-husband because obviously he moved on and got a whole new shorty, 6 years in the making. And yo, she's still tight about it. Like, she's still salty, and you could tell she's salty and got no one in her life, because if she did, she wouldn't be talking about her ex. And this is what I mean, man. When it comes to divorce and marriage, you gotta stick it out. I understand and all that stuff. There's things to be said about when you should leave, but it doesn't sound like that here. She's just tight that it didn't work out, and she's even having second thoughts. If she knew it would be this bad, maybe she wouldn't have divorced. So this lady, Jenna, sucks to be you, shorty. Enjoy those Thanksgiving by yourself.
Hard truth to swallow. Watch the video all the way through. Let me know what you think. Let's go.
We can't wash men off. Period. No, I need you to hear me. We cannot wash men off. There will always be a remnant of the men that we've been with inside of our bodies for life. So if you are just filled with all of these different people, you know how many different soul ties, demon spirits you got in your body?
But so do men, though.
No, men can wash us off.
Talk to him.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, because we are incubators and they are the whatever.
Penetrators. That's what they are. Yeah. It's a sport, especially for certain types of men. And for us to sit here and act like we could be just like men, that's wild.
Was she speaking facts? Yes or no?
This is why men do not trust women now. So this is Sarah Stock, a renowned right-wing political commentator, supposed trad wife, devout Catholic, you know, basically everything that a man would want. She had everyone believe she was a virgin, made her partner wait till marriage, and her wedding was even blessed by the Pope. Turns out she wasn't a virgin, was having an affair up until her engagement, and lied to her husband the whole time. She made her husband wait till they were married to have. This is your supposed right-wing, trad, cutesy influencer girl.
It's a lie. Do you know how evil it is to lie on this sort of scale, grow your following from basically being a fraud, and deceive your husband like this? These women make me feel physically sick. I'm fed up of these women that lie, deceive, and manipulate, because there are a lot of them in the Western world. You know, I jest about the kitchen is cooling, but maybe if you were in there, instead of yapping online about how godly you are, you wouldn't be in this predicament. It's a classic case of those who protest too much.
And I think, you know, what the woman was saying, I had to talk to his strengths rather than attack his weaknesses. I think that's really good, because I think, you know, everyone, they do that, right? If you're in a relationship, it's easy. And I've had to tell myself that multiple times, right? You have somebody that loves you and is taking care of you. You have to be careful. And it is a process. It is something that you have to continue to work on, because, oh man, they did this. Oh, they didn't do this the way that I would have wanted, right? I get caught up in thinking that. I get caught up in doing that. But you have to go back and apologize, man. I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to say that. You're going to get frustrated, right? But the point is, at some point in time, to try to minimize that. You married that person for a reason. And so you have to start enjoying who that person is, their strengths. You have to really step back a lot of times in marriage and relationships and say, what am I doing here? Because I didn't have to be here. What drew me to this person? Because I didn't have to be drawn at all. I think that's what a lot of people miss a lot of times, right? And they start attacking each other when you don't really have to.
If you could be a man for a week, give me the top 3 things you would do.
You know, being a woman, we've been going through some things with the men. So I want to see what would it be like if I was to give them what we really want.
All right, well, they would drag you so bad.
You know,
you gonna see what it's like. You gonna see what it's like. But you said you wanted this.
I want to give us what we really want, just to see what it'll be like.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All of the things, the whole thing, the whole night.
Okay. So I do a whole lot of. I just want to see like how it feels.
So
like,
wait.
That's good.
Okay. So because you would fuck, right?
Yes.
So why do y'all us when we want to fuck a bunch of women? Why? If you were us, you do the same thing.
It's different. If you're single, you can whoever you want to. If you're single, and like now, if you're in a relationship, that's different.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But you know it's hard to a whole bunch of women, right?
Really?
You gotta. It's a lot of money. You gotta pay.
A whole lot of movies.
You gotta pay.
Look,
a bunch of movies.
It seems easy. Maybe
you gotta pay. A movie is fake. You know what the girls say down here? They just want money for no. You know. You get in the club. You know how it is. You just just walking out with 10 whole. That shit costs. All right, cool. So okay, two more things.
Taking different girls on vacation.
Okay.
Just to see like how
it
it
is.
is.
Wow, boy. I wish I could do that. So you take me on vacation, they be like,
yeah, I'm sending you home. I'm sending you home.
This is a prime example that men are logical and women are emotional, because my girl wants to get her rest and he like, I don't care, needs to get that.
No. This is what y'all gotta understand. That's the difference. When you living in a real world, the real world don't give a how you feel. So no landlord has ever said, do your stomach hurt today? Do you not feel like
we're
that?
talking about a relationship.
It don't, but no, we still talking about the responsibility. The responsibility don't care. Her getting to school don't care how you feel. She gotta get dressed to go to school. How you feel don't matter. School has to be attended. So we still talk about how you feel when it comes down to how we communicating and how much time we spending and how good this is. Then how you feel matter. But when it comes to our responsibility, none of our feelings matter. Feelings go off the table, because if they knocking on the door to say that it's time to roll, or your kid is becoming tardy so much that to the point where it's truancy and now they want you to show up to court, how you feel about going to court don't matter. I don't know no nigga that felt like paying for some. I don't know the nigga that got like, you know what, today is a great day for me to pay for everything they ask, but it's like, it don't matter how I feel. It doesn't not want to go to work. His hands could be swollen, his feet could be hurting, even busting his ass to make sure that they is what it is, and how he feel don't matter. And very seldom do a man get asked how you feel. How you feel today. They don't get asked that, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, that's what's expected of.
So, hi. I actually know like a funnier way to do cardio. I'm just saying.
So if this was the other way around, where a fella approached a woman like this and was inappropriate, he would be called a
There'd be 100 videos about him, including myself, calling him a Joey Swole would have him thrown out of the gym. Just leave people in the gym alone, you silly.
He is not about to sit there and watch me pay all my own bills, work, raise 3.
You do know that those are not his kids, right? 3 of them. And all 3 are not his. And you're expecting him to come in. Well, I'm not going to sleep with a man. And he not pay my bills. When I hear stuff like that, it sounds really close to, well, you know what I mean. I will give you this if you pay me. I will allow my body to be used in this way if you pay me. And then you don't want to be objectified and seen in a certain manner. He doesn't know you, ma'am. You're out here being reckless, acting reckless, and now you think that you should be lifted up on some pedestal. Ma'am, go sit down.
Well, you won't do, another man will. Bitch, I'm not your first. You said that about the last 8. I'm not doing it. They didn't do the shit. No, the fuck we won't. What I won't do, they won't do either. Shut up. Get over this shit. I hate when a motherfucker be like, what you want? You can only say that to your first love. That's it. You can only tell the first, what you won't do, another man will. After that, you've already been proven wrong. We don't give a. We're not gonna do it. Like, stop it. What you mean to say is, what you won't do, maybe one day I'll find a who will accept it and do it. That's it. Don't stop saying what I won't do, another will. Because the next person you're gonna go to also won't do the same. Like, stop it. Because the same you're telling me is the same you told your ex. And now you're even more mad because I'm not doing it and he wasn't doing that. And you thought I was gonna do that. No, I respect him more than I respect you. Because I respect him for not doing that either. He didn't buy you all these purses and bags. I'm not gonna buy you all these purses and bags. The next probably also is not gonna buy you all them purses and bags. So stop saying what you won't do, another will. No, we won't do it. Shut up.
Would you rather deal with a married man that never tells you no, or your own man that tells you no 45% of the time?
No, I'm dealing with the married man. Nah, I take the married dude. I'm sorry. I'm the married man.
Married. I'm sorry. Tell me yes. Everything.
Oh, the married. Yeah, give me him. I would deal with my man that tell me no, cause I'm gonna beat him the up.
I'm taking the married guy because why am I with you? You keep saying no for.
I think I'm gonna go with the married guy.
I don't like the word no, so. A married man. Married man.
The married man.
A married man. You're my little secret. My own guy that tell me no 45% of the time.
A married man.
Do a married man because 9 times out of 10 we sharing these anyway. I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to take the married man. Like,
why?
I need to be told no sometimes. You can't always get what you want.
Now, my girl has a lot of positive character traits, but the thing that allowed us to even speak in the first place is a sore point that I feel like a lot of girls really need to work on. So me and my girl followed each other on Instagram for almost a year prior to ever speaking. And from we started following each other, like I never really had intention of ever speaking to her or anything like that. It was a little bit situational in the way that we started talking. But for the year that I had her on Instagram, I would like passively pay attention to the things that she was posting. And she never really had a social media presence. Like she had a few pictures posted on her page. Barely ever posted any stories. If she did, it was her in the gym after her workout. And I bring this up because I feel like this is a sore point for a lot of women. Whether you realize it or not, your social media presence is keeping you single. I've seen so many physically attractive women that their social media presence is just so off-putting. The provocative pictures that you post just scream, "Do not wife me." All those quotes and memes that you post on your story that you think are so funny, they're not funny. The "I'm a princess, I deserve everything" rhetoric is played out. It's been annoying. And it just screams like you're not going to be a viable partner. You're the type of person that you're just going to be selfish and you want everything done for you and you're not prepared to reciprocate or do anything for your partner. You in the club shaking while all of your girls are smacking it, it's a no for me. The way a girl acts when she's single is the most accurate representation of who she is. There's so many girls that I have and see on Instagram that I don't know anything that's going on in their life, but I know when they're single and I know when they're in a relationship because they'll act like a complete. And then all of a sudden their content just completely changes. Next thing you know, they're back to being. It's like, I know you got in a relationship, your man told you, yo, cut all that out, and then you guys broke up and now you're doing all the same that you were doing before.
I don't know, but I genuinely do not like men. Like, I genuinely don't. And this is not coming from a place of hurt or bitterness because honestly, nobody did to me nobody did anything to me, I promise you. But I literally couldn't imagine being in a relationship right now with a man. Like, I couldn't imagine it. I don't want you to touch me. I don't want to have sex with you. I don't want to cook for you. I don't want to pour into you. I don't want to text you all day. I don't want to pretend like I care about what you ate. I genuinely don't want anything to do with pouring into a man at this point in my life. And
why?
It's not coming from a place of hurt. I'm not a lesbian. I don't like women. I just genuinely don't like men. I don't know if it's due to the fact that the species of men that are out there right now are just not hitting on, but I just get so irritated when a man even speaks to me. Like, why the f*** are you talking to me? Why are you looking at me?
The only reason why she's saying that is because she see other women on the internet doing it. That's the only reason. If you're not a lesbian and guys haven't done anything to you, then why would you hate them? It just doesn't make any sense.
Man, we got to bring that romantic back. You know, that chivalry. You know, ain't nothing wrong with loving your woman out loud. You know, you can be hard to everyone else, but be soft on your woman, man. Like, I know a lot of us didn't have father figures or male role models growing up. Luckily, I did, but I'm just trying to put y'all on game. That's what's going to set you aside from all these other men out here just trying to fit in. You know, like, hold that girl's hand, open her door, stay the extra 10 seconds to make sure that she gets in the house safely or gets into work safely. You know what I mean? Take her to work. Do the small things, because that's going to show her that she's appreciated. You know what I mean? Like, y'all out here just trying to be hard and tough and be street. Like, you know what I mean? There's a time and a place for that. You know, but for your woman, man, make sure she's appreciated. Do the small things. Put some effort into it. You know, like, it ain't got to be something super extravagant. You ain't got to buy the big thing of flowers and go to this fancy stuff. Like, take her on a picnic, get her favorite food, play Uno with her ass. You know, take her on little dates and stuff like that. Just bring that chivalry back.
And there was a woman, and there was a woman talking about, I'm not a lesbian, I'm not all these things, I just hate men. You know, they're not really doing anything for me. Say, well, I was like, well, you have to have this, have to have that. No, you don't really have to have a reason. Modern women, their emotions are their reason. That's how they feel. So their feeling is truth. Well, I just feel like this. It's going to be the same women that get up the next morning needing a tire changed. We already seen that in another clip. Well, how come they ain't helping me change my tire? How come these men, they ain't no men, they sit up there and watch me and they ain't change my tire? A man said he can give me a ride somewhere and drop me off somewhere, but he can't change my tire. Why can't you change my tire? Why can't you change your tire? Just got through talking about, I'm independent. You know, I'm one of the most independent people, but you not being able to change a tire as a man, oh, that you ain't a man. Well, you're independent, so why would you even need a man? I grew up in a family of independent people. Again, doesn't matter. I don't care what you grew up doing. I don't care about your pedigree. I don't care about your resume. That's what they do. Instead of solving problems, they nag and complain. And that's why men say, you know what? It's not worth it. Maybe I can drop you off, but I won't. Men are creating boundaries that y'all said they didn't have. Nice guys included. And now you're upset that the man says, I don't know if I can really do that.
I'm shaking. I just got home from a date. We were going to an event and dinner. We did not make it to dinner. He just dropped me off at home. I'm back home. I've been gone for an hour and 15 minutes. I'm back home. And I have a friend coming to pick me up right now. I just asked him to take me home. You know the amount of times I have wanted to do that while on a date and I didn't, and I just sat there and grinned and bared it. A guy does something or says something or is something that I just don't jive with, and I stick around because it's the polite thing to do. Finally, just said, look, I have to be really honest. You just did this thing that is really not my vibe and it's turning me off, and I don't think I can make it to dinner with you. To his credit, he took it really, really well, and he said, okay, I actually completely understand. Thank you for telling me, and let's go ahead and get you home. He also asked me out on another date. Like, no.
I love the part where she told us what he did. I guess I don't understand like the posting of this video in order to gain sympathy, yet this man did exactly what she asked and he was very respectful. He got her home safe. Yet she acts like she just had an encounter with a bear. I don't think it's okay to make a video like this and to basically shame that man. And yes, she doesn't use his name or anything like that, but some people can connect the dots with social media. It can happen very quickly. And even if he just sees this, he's going to feel confused by one, because he did the respectable thing. And yeah, he asked for a second date. I don't think that's out of line if he didn't do anything like crazy, outrageous, disrespectful. It sounds like it was just a very specific, particular thing that she didn't like. But if she left it as just a self-reflection and saying that she was proud of herself for being able to end a date that she wasn't comfortable with because she wasn't interested in him anymore, and she typically has a hard time doing that, yeah, that's awesome. That's a great message. Love that. But you don't need to shame the man.
And another thing, you that keep one nigga, get the fuck off my page. You never keep one. You got one pair of shoes. You never keep one of nothing, because if that up, what are you gonna do? Oh, okay. That's why you keep one for the thrill, one for the chill, and whatever.
And the third one to give you BV. Cause you damn sure gonna give him some ass. You ain't just gonna be messing around with you. You raw dogging somebody. You don't need that many dudes. Unless you like getting raw dogged.
Fellas, free game. If you've been courting a woman and you want to know if she actually likes you or she's into you, say something to her. And that's going to tell you everything that you need to know. If she gets irritated or disgusted, she doesn't like you. She actually hates you. Because one thing about it, women break the rules for the that they like. Because that she like could send that dick pic. That she like could ask her what she wearing. That she like could tell her to come bust him down. That for that she like, he can talk to her any way he wants to, and that's gonna make her jump. Women have no morals when it comes to that they like. Now, ladies, am I lying?
Yo, send her 20,000 just because.
How about no? And I seconded, no, you dumb coon, simp ass, weak ass fucker. Who are you trying to be the next? What's that name? I can't even think of that little he used to do the same. Derek Jackson. Shut your up, man. God, I hate like you that always want to pander to stupid, slow and get that fan base so you can live off of them off the internet. You're welcome. It's nothing. HBM Network.
I, 28 female, don't know how to respond to what my boyfriend, 35 male, just said to me. Quick little background. I've been with my boyfriend for about 4 years now. He's a wonderful man, and we've had a great relationships with lots of ups and very few downs. Any disagreements that we did have, we tend to solve very quickly. I desperately wanted to get married, and he doesn't. I see marriage as the next logical step and something that will cement our relationship. Plus, I find the concept of being a 50-year-old girlfriend humiliating, honestly. He sees marriage as nothing more than an unnecessary risk. So he personally has had many friends and families who have had their lives damaged through divorce. He trades stocks and does other stuff in finance for a living. And I work part-time as a social worker at a local hospital. He is generous with his money and takes good care of me. I recently brought up my desire for marriage, and his response was verbatim: "A risk necessitates a reward, and a massive risk necessitates a massive reward. That is the first rule of finance, and the greater the risk, the greater the required rate of return." He asked me what he would gain from marrying me, and to which I responded, he would get me. He asked, I really like this dude. I really do. He asked, seemingly rhetorically, don't I already have you? Are you suggesting that you will leave me if I don't marry you? And then without really thinking, I just said, it was a possibility. So he sat quietly for a few seconds at that moment. Then he said, well, if you're willing to leave me now, when you get nothing, you will definitely leave me when you get everything.
Oh,
He then got up from his seat, gave me a hug, and said something to the extent of, I guess you have some things to think about. I don't really remember what he said because I was so stunned in that moment, and he simply just walked out the door. So my question is, What the hell do I even say?
Make enough money and there's financial stress, divorce. If they're working too much and they're never home, divorce. I lived that. My dad worked very hard. He traveled a lot. You know why? Because my mom liked horses and wanted to have a horse farm. But he worked too much. You can't have both.
Right. Which is it?
You can't. How's he gonna have the farm and the horses and all the bells and whistles and we go to horse shows and stuff, but he's home all the time? Like, what do you like expect him to win the lottery? That makes no sense. And I hate that men are put in this position where you can't win no matter what you do.
You and I both.
You never listen to me.
I do listen to you. You're making a big deal out of nothing.
This is a big deal.
No, it's not. I don't. You know what? You're right.
What?
I don't listen to you, and this is a big deal. You're right, I'm wrong, and I'm sorry.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you were able to admit that you were wrong.
Of course.
Wait a second. I know what you're doing here. You're just saying I'm right because you don't want to fight.
You know what? You're right.
Wait, what?
I am just admitting you're right so we don't have to fight. You're right, I'm wrong, and I'm sorry.
Wait a second. You're doing it again right now.
Oh my God, you're right. I am doing it again right now, aren't I? You're right, and I'm wrong, and I'm sorry.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you were able to admit that you were wrong 3 times now.
Of course.
Okay, now I feel bad. Maybe I was making a big deal out of nothing. Maybe I was wrong, and I'm sorry.
You know what? You're right. You did make a big deal out of nothing, and I was right, and you were wrong, and you should be sorry. Now go make me a sandwich.
Wait a second!
Excuse me? I'm not gonna lie, like, wait, what's your name?
No, she has a boyfriend, no. It's
Wait, hold on, I'm talking to her though.
okay, but that's my friend, like, no.
Yeah, but like, I could talk to you, like, I think you look beautiful.
It's okay, yeah.
You think I can get your number?
No.
No, I'm speaking to
I'm
her.
trying to protect my friend. No, I don't like your vibe, no.
But it's up to her to decide my vibe.
Do you want to have his number? I mean, just in case, like, I'll just put it in
Yeah,
there.
like, just put it. What's your name?
I'm not telling you my name.
Alright,
It's
it's
okay.
cool.
It's strangers. She's just trying to be nice to you.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna text you though. I will.
We ended up getting the number, and now I gotta send something, but I don't know what to do. So I'm gonna upload the screenshot to Riz app. It's gonna give me something to say. Boom, I'm gonna send this, but pray for me.
When he goes quiet, please know that he's not ignoring you. He is saving you. You know how it works with most women. We talk to untangle the chaos that we've created in our heads. We need the words out loud to see some sort of path. He is wired completely different. When the weight hits him, he doesn't reach for you first. He goes quiet. Not because he's mad, not because he's done with you, but because his mind is at war with himself. So let him work through it on his own terms. For him, talking about the problem with no solution yet feels like a failure. It feels like dumping broken glass on your lap and saying, hey, fix this for me. He hates that. So he carries it inside, chews on it for a little while. That silence that you feel is rejection. It's not. It is your protection. He's shielding you from the storm while he is still standing in the middle of it, dealing with it on his own. Some men go even deeper. They lock the door, kill the noise, and don't come out until they have that problem, or at least have created a solution for it. Until he has an answer, until he can walk back in with you and say, it's handled, I've got it, the words feel useless to him. The worst thing you can do is chase him into that cave and demand that he acts like you would. No, the best thing you can do for him is simple. Give him the space that he desperately needs in that moment. Let him know that you're there, you're calm, and you're not going anywhere. But again, give him that space. Sometimes love looks like sitting on the couch beside your man who hasn't said a word in hours. Just be present with him, because when he finally speaks, it will not be to complain. It will be to tell you that the war is over and he's made sure you never had to fight it. That is how he loves. Quietly, completely, alone first, so you never have to be. So thank him.
And what you're seeing with a lot of these modern women is that men actually can do nothing right. And it's the opposite for modern women. They can do no wrong. I'm a princess. Even when I wreck your car, your new car, even when I mess up stumping in your house that I don't pay the bills at, I can do no wrong. I'm just a girl. I didn't know. You need to make provisions for me. I didn't mean to do X, Y, and Z. Bars. But don't treat me like crap. I should be able to treat you like that. That's how modern women act. They don't want to take any accountability and responsibility. But when they come across a man that listens, like you said you wanted him to listen, that listens and said, oh, my bad. Yeah, let's go ahead and get you home. He didn't sit up there and beg. He didn't sit up there and try to convince you of anything. He just said, okay, let's get you home. And even in that, even with him doing that, you still find a reason to complain. You still find a reason to try to blast him and humiliate him on the internet.
We can't wash men off. Period. No, I need you to hear me. We cannot wash men off. There will always be a remnant of the men that we've been with inside of our bodies for life. So if you are just filled with all of these different people, you know how many different soul ties, demon spirits you got in your body?
But so do men, though.
No, men can wash us off.
No.
What do you mean no?
I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying because we are incubators and they are the whatever.
Penetrators. That's what they are. Yeah. It's a sport, especially for certain types of men. And for us to sit here and act like we could be just like men, that's wild.
Kings, send that girl $1,500 to her Cash App right now. Why? No more 50-50. We ain't playing that roommate.
Hold up.
Gotta start treating these women like the goddesses that they are. Nigga, are you dumb? Do you know how honored we should be just to be in their presence? Bruh. Always remember, she is the prize.
Oh, no.
You are here to serve her. So stay focused. Cut. Yo, we about to do numbers. Them hoes gonna love this. You know, all you gotta do is tell them hoes whatever they want to hear about it.
Bro, we're still recording.
There is nothing that I hate more than a man who have a strict program.
I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. Your discretion is advised.
Cause what you mean you done with me because I had an attitude today and I'm too old and I should have communicated? And you for real?
Imagine holding your partner accountable for not communicating effectively, and this is their response. Now I'm on record saying that certain women nowadays just want a rad, a rich, attractive dummy, a man that doesn't know when to draw the line in the sand, a man that doesn't know when to stand up for himself, a man that doesn't even know when to say no. They just want him to do all the masculine, pay bills, and shut the up. And every time I said that in one of my videos, I would have multiple women in the comments saying, no, that's not true. That ain't it. And given this is just one example, but if you look closely, that's exactly what they are asking for. They don't actually want a man. They just want an attractive dude boy with money that does what they say.
Oh no, Chaz be caving and you don't give him no second chances for real? Leave the strict programs for us women. I can't stand no man that's strict. I need about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 chances. Tops. Like, what? What you talking about? You done with me for real?
Word of advice, fellas, if you have to tell a woman 5, 6, 7, 8 times about the same thing, she don't respect you. Because a woman with true purpose, a woman with true discipline, a woman with a high level of respect for her man will never have to hear 6, 7, 8, 9 times about the same thing. And a large reason for that is because those people value the system that they have built together, let alone the boundaries that partners has set in the relationship. Not being able to set boundaries in your relationship, let alone have them respected by your partner, would never be any benefit to you. Because keep in mind, the thing that she did say was leave the strict programs to the women, which in turn says she plans on setting plenty of boundaries around you, but you cannot set any around her, and she will not respect it because she expects you to just put that to the side. I want you to just think to yourself for 1 second. Could you ever really trust someone that would never do what they're asking you to do? She's asking you to not have boundaries, but she expects you to respect her boundaries. Having boundaries is not only healthy in a relationship, it's also necessary. Being able to tell your partner no about something you are not completely down with is completely normal and healthy for a relationship. Don't allow them to make you feel like less of a man because you want to set boundaries. Strict programs are not unique to women, they are unique to people. You build your programs, you set the boundaries. If they can't respect it, you must move on. Whatever y'all do, please, if y'all run into a woman like this in the streets, don't pay her no mind, not even for recreational use. But I know a lot of y'all ain't gonna listen to what I just said because I am just a normal guy. Y'all keep it changing.
As a man,
all aboard. Welcome to the Japanese Express train to some viewer discretion is advised.
why would you say the word no? That is a very feminine word, especially when you use it with a woman. It is not nice, and we need you to tap into your masculinity. Show us that you can still get it done. Say, not right now, maybe later. But just no?
You know, one thing I can bet on, and I'm truly happy that this is a thing, is I'm really happy that this isn't all women. By the grace of God, I'm so happy that it isn't. Because if it was, I don't know what we would be able to do. The new narrative is that the word no is inherently feminine, and a man shouldn't have that in his vocabulary with women or his woman. Although I would argue that is probably one of the most important words you should have in your vocabulary, this woman thinks otherwise. And the reason you should have it in your vocabulary is because as a man, you need to know when and where to draw the line in the sand. For example, I'll tell you a quick story. I know a guy that had an apartment with his girlfriend. Everything was going good. And then they had a conversation one day. They sat down and said, okay, we need to save more money. We've been having too much ill-advised spending and we got to, buckle down a little bit. She said, okay, cool. Here's what we're going to cut back. We're going to cut back on going out to eat. We're going to cut back on unnecessary expenses like certain streaming platforms, so on and so forth. And so in turn, when you cut back on things like DoorDash or going out to eat, you have to now make your own home-cooked meals. So one day they set out to go to the grocery store. They buy a whole bunch of groceries. They get home and his girlfriend looks at him and says, you know what, babe? I really would like some Wingstop. In that moment, he was supposed to tell her no. It's supposed to be a hard no. But reluctantly, he told her yes. Now, what do you think that taught that woman? Not a goddamn thing. All she knows now is even if I'm not supposed to have something, I still can, even if it's a detriment to my relationship. Now, that is just one of many reasons why you should be able to tell your girl no, and she should be able to sit comfortably with you telling her no, with complete confidence that you are not telling her no out of malicious intent or bad faith. She should know that, okay, he's telling me no because there is a bigger picture that I may or may not be seeing at the moment. Not being able to say no in your relationship is a bitch because now you have to jump at every ill-advised thought or idea or desire that she wants. And we all can agree that is not a healthy way to move in a relationship. Fellas, please don't allow them to trick you into believing that saying no is feminine. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. They are using manipulation tactics and challenging your masculinity in order to get what they want. Stand on what you believe in, stand on what you've built within a relationship, and that's how you move forward. Don't allow these simple-minded breezes to trick you off your square, man. It's bigger than rap. But you know what? I know a lot of y'all ain't gonna listen to what I'm saying because I'm just a normal guy. Y'all keep it changing.
I read a post one day and it said, how you don't like single mothers and you came from one. I don't know other men's story, I just know mine. Sorry, I'm a little congested and emotional. But let's continue. You would think that the childhood I grew up in, that I wouldn't even look a single mother's way. Every woman that I dated besides the first one had kids. And I honestly don't think I would do it again. My mommy issues decided to pick women who are just like my mama so I can save her through them. Definitely put myself through a lot of trouble. But as a child with a single mother, who chose to be a single mother, because most of y'all not really single mothers, you just think that you know better than your baby daddy, so you cut him off. As far as I know it, my father has always been stable. He wasn't even on child support, and he's giving my mom $275 to $300 cash in my hands to hand to her. When anything broke, like the toilet, or the washing machine, or the AC, or the heater, my dad was always there to fix it, to pay for it, to make sure it was good, because I was there. He got married when I was 2 years old, and he's still with that woman to this day. Their house was so clean and structured that even though we came from the same race, or we are the same race, it was a culture shock. Everything that I went through in childhood, I didn't have to go through. And that's most kids that are attached to single mothers. Now, for the single mothers who really don't have a choice, your baby daddy really ain't. Not because you want to control something, but he's just really not there. He's not. I'm sorry. May God be with you. But for you mothers who have baby daddies who want to be there, but you think you know better, you're failing your kids. I don't care what you say it, how you feel, you're failing your kids. When I finally got connected with my dad, I loved going over his house. Mom got mad, she would take me away, and I wouldn't see him for 3 to 4, 5, 6 months, maybe a year. I felt that heartbreak. Every time my stepmom made me a good plate, I done take it home. I'm going to eat that when I get off to school tomorrow. I come home, and it's in the trash. Everything in the house would be frozen. I would have to wait until she come home to thaw something out, since I wasn't allowed to use the stove, but only the microwave. I would tell her how much fun I had with my daddy, and she would be like, oh, it's just Disney World over there, huh? She would make me clean my room before I went to go see my dad, let my sisters destroy it while I'm not there, and then when I get back, she'd be like, boy, clean up this room. One time, she was like, you want to go stay with your dad? I said, yes. She was like, pack up your then. So I did. She came in and seen that room was packed. She said, oh, you for real? Came back and would fire my ass until one of her little boyfriends came and was like, yo, just chill out. Just chill out. He didn't even do nothing wrong. And she was like, I do everything for him. By choice, and you sucked at it. She wanted love so bad, so I seen a lot of men not even understanding that every man that she brought around me just made me trust her less and less and less. And she turned me into an adult very fast. Change your sister diaper, watch your sister, Make sure your sister make it on time with you to school. You heard that? Did you recognize what I just said? We went from when she was little baby, changing her diaper, giving her milk, to all the way till she made it to elementary as well, and we going to elementary together, and now I'm still doing the job. I would tell her, Mom, I don't like how you're whooping my sisters to force them to call the next man that you got daddy. People like, boy, shut up and go sit down before I whoop your ass. Sometimes she would be all nice and sweet and be like, come here, baby. Who you love the most, me or your daddy? And I'm like, I love both of y'all. And she used to be like, he don't love you? Where he at? You ain't seen him in months, have you? But she didn't acknowledge that I realized that was because she said, F you, you can't see your son. She'll be with my for some shit I did, and I'd be like, Daddy! 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 And she'll whip me harder and tell me to shut up before she give me something to cry about. It's not a one-man job. I hear people say all of the time, like, why you give your dad grace but not me? Because why the f did you do that? Do you know how that affected me as an adult? And not only that, since it affected me so much, you kicked me out the house and made me the black sheep of the family. Like, it wasn't y'all fault that I was... Yeah. That's probably why.
And Sarah was making a really good point. Honestly, modern women would do well to start listening to that podcast. She may not, because, sometimes she can go, the way she explains stuff, it might be harsh. Honestly and truly, the way Kevin Samuels explained a lot of things, it can sound harsh, but he's actually telling a lot of truth. You might disagree on like some of the little things and little ways that, it's being said or it's being done, or I can do this. You can always modify your plan. But if, like, say for instance, if you go to the hospital or you go get a checkup or something like that, and the doctor tells you you need to go on a diet, you might be able to work out a certain diet, but the doctor is telling you, here are the issues that you need to address. And this is probably, and you might recommend to you, this is, some of my patients that have had this issue, maybe I recommend this diet for you. I don't want to do this. I don't like sea bass. Okay, then don't eat sea bass. Eat salmon or something like that. Well, salmon is too, it's just too smelly. Okay, then find something that you like, that you can eat, that will fit into the diet. At some point in time, you have to start prioritizing your health so that you can feel better and your body can operate better. Right now, you're putting it under a lot of stress. That's what modern women are doing. They're putting their love life and their relationship under a lot of stress, majoring on minors. You can change little things here and there, but the major structure and the major point of a lot of things is still the same.